get your Bobby Bones on, yeah.
Morgan got bit by another tick, so it feels like it's her thing now. Because I think getting bit by random ticks weird. It sucks, but you go in the woods enough, you get bit by ticks. Seed ticks, big ticks, little ticks. I've been bit by a bunch of ticks. I think everybody gets scared because of Lyme disease. That really does ruin, like really hurt people's lives. But every tick doesn't have Lyme disease. I'm not even sure the percentages there. I've been bit by 100 ticks. I don't think I have Lyme disease.
You would know. People say they get real tired.
Yeah, dude, I'm always exhausted.
Sure.
This isn't about me, but it's about Morgan because you saved that first tick.
Yes, and I have it. It's still in my freezer.
Now, are you going to send it off?
That's my plan, but I actually just had blood work done for all the other stuff that's been going on, so I'm hoping, like, if they do find something in there, then we...
Not really how blood work works, honestly.
Listen, I'm just hoping for the best here, okay?
Like, you kind of have to be looking for something specific for the most part in blood work, from what I've learned.
So wouldn't it be like an elevated level of something?
It could, but if it's one of the things that they're checking.
Oh.
Like, I've had to do blood work, and they're like, now we need this. I'm like, well, just use that blood that you tested. Like, well, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Theranos was?
And I was using that. I found out. Yeah. I found out. So, you got bit again. Where are these ticks?
So the first one, I was on a fully paved path. Like, I have no idea where it came from, and it was on my stomach. The second one, I did go on a hike, but it was on my neck, and I felt it crawling on me.
Oh, man.
And then I, like, grab it, and all of a sudden I pull it out, and here it is, little legs moving.
Oh, so
it
wasn't in you.
The second one wasn't.
Okay.
But you don't know if it bit you. It could have bit you.
It could have, but I freaked out. I was driving when it was crawling on me.
Oh. So you did take your dog on a hike. I saw it on your Instagram story.
I did.
Your dog's 10.
Yeah, she's 10.
It's cool that little dogs live longer, like little people. Like Ray and Morgan's dog going to live forever. And that's sweet. That's good, right, Ray?
I'm dead serious, too. Y'all's legs are done when you're in your 70s. I'm going to be kicking it until I'm 110.
No, seriously, smaller people live longer.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think about any of the 7'2" tall people. You don't see old, really tall people. Think about that. And you also don't see old, really fat people.
True.
That is true.
I'm trying to think, but yeah.
But don't you kind of shrink and get skinnier as you get older?
Your ears and nose grow, and you do a bit like your back moves, but you don't shrink as in like 6 inches. But yes, I think your gravity ends up kind of collapsing everything down a little bit. But shorter people do live longer. Smaller people do live longer. It's also like your heart. Mm-hmm. And if your heart's got to pump more, let's say you're fatter, taller.
Yeah.
This is about ticks.
What about super stressed people? Do they live longer?
No.
Ray, you're dead.
Oh, Ray equals out, so he can die with us.
Equaled out.
He's back with us.
He's a stress ball.
Hey, Morgan, so what do you think's happening here?
I don't know. I mean, all of my animals in my house are on like medication, the ones that go outside. So if they are carrying them in, I'm so conscious about this that when I bring Remy in from walks and stuff, like I wash her. She's on like a flea and tick shampoo that's supposed to protect her on top of the medication that she's on.
I don't think it's her if you're getting them right after you're going on a hike.
That's what I think they're coming on to me. So like, do I smell?
Well, as you've told us, a lot of it's probably a male tick. A lot of guys come on to you. So
the male ticks.
Yeah, they're like, I hear she's single. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know, but I would.
Like, but do I smell to you guys? Like, is there something that I don't know about?
If it were a smell, like a tick smell, we wouldn't smell it. It would be something that would be unrecognizable by our nose. We wouldn't smell it. You'd probably smell like what your lotion smells like or your shampoo. It also could be that, but also you're going places where there are ticks.
I know.
Because I don't think they're not coming to the building waiting for the door to open and going in like, we're going to get Morgan today.
You know how many hikes I've been on, though, and I've never found one on me? And I, like, grew up out on a property, and, like, I maybe found one my entire life, and now in the span of a week, I've had 2 on me.
It could also just be it's tick season.
Yeah.
And that's not a real thing,
she's
but it
saying
kind
she's
of is.
lived through lots of
but
tick
here,
seasons.
Though.
She's lived here through the tick season. So
but
maybe
never like this.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
It's a bad tick season.
Really?
Yeah.
I read about it in the news.
Yeah. I don't have an answer, but it seems like that you should now just not go outside at all.
Just stay inside my house.
Amy sent her tick off.
I did.
I would send the tick off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does that cost, though?
I don't remember, but I mean, I can look it up.
Okay.
But I kept it in the freezer just like you, and then I mailed it off, and then they sent me my results, and I was good to go.
Because I am really itchy around that little bite area.
Yeah, that's why I decided. I mean, mine was on my arm. I had a bump for months, and it was itching for a long time, and I was so confused by it because I'm like, I pulled this tick out a long time ago. Like, I feel like it put something inside of my body. That's crazy,
Maybe.
but it was fine.
Maybe.
But now I also
Maybe.
feel like
Maybe you have it.
Maybe what?
Maybe you have it.
Maybe I have what?
Lyme disease.
Oh no, I don't. My tick was tested and it didn't have Lyme.
I'm not convinced. There's also, I've long had the theory that plants can hear us.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
for sure.
And like live, and eventually in the future we'll look at plants a bit like we do animals.
Okay.
Science even
That's why
says
I
they talk
tell-
to each other.
Yes, and I tell y'all
They
we're
really
supposed
do.
to walk amongst them.
Okay, now you guys are getting crazy, but I would like look out, and they grow, they need sun, everything that we do, they do. The new story that came out from Puberty.
Excuse me?
I don't know what that is.
Is it missing an R?
It's not puberty. But a study revealed that plants like tomatoes, tobacco, release ultrasonic clicks and pops when they're dehydrated or physically damaged. Like when they get their stems cut, they release like a sound, like
Ouch.
your dying sound. Human ears cannot hear it, but animals and insects can. So there is a way that they are communicating with things. And just because we can't hear it, think about everything a tree needs: water, sun. What do we need? Water, sun. It grows.
Food.
If
We
it doesn't
grow.
get its nutrients, it dies.
We die.
It's a living thing.
Well, yeah.
Well, we knew that.
And if we
Well,
knew
but-
well, you knew it's living, but we're not. No one ever said it wasn't living. What Eddie's saying is it's living, as in it's living more so like we are than like what our interpretation of what a plant is. It just grows because it gets water and trees. It doesn't have anything inside of it that actually feels.
They cry.
Okay, now again, when you say stuff like that, then
Stop,
we get
Amy,
crazy.
you sound like a nut.
They do.
Well, you-
They've measured the noise.
Oh
It's
my
almost like
gosh.
they're screaming.
This is when.
So then, what do we eat? If we can't eat animals, we can't eat plants.
You
Where
can-
are we?
You
Yeah.
can eat them. I'm just saying
But some
they-
people will be a vegetarian or a vegan because they don't want to eat a living creature because the pain.
Yeah, but the plants, they know. They're like, I'm here for you to be nourished. I
Now you're
sacrifice.
reading a plant's mind.
what in the world?
No, come
I don't think
on.
it has a mind, but
But you don't
You
know
don't think it has
that.
a mind?
I don't think it's a
Bra-
mind.
Brains can be in all different parts.
Okay, listen. I think that they sacrifice knowing that we need to eat.
But about animals, same.
That is different. I don't know. I feel like sad for them, but I still will eat a burger.
My only point here is in the future, I would
I
bet
know.
if we last long enough, we'll feel the same way about freaking plants.
So what are
Yeah.
we supposed to eat? Everything
No idea.
engineered?
pills. Pills that give us mills, like in Back to the Future.
Or just know that you're supposed to be eating. Like plants.
Like everything is circle.
they should just know. Yeah, circle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fish to me is
Amy's
weird
like
too.
taking her therapist to the trees. I didn't realize this. She's like, "Come out, talk to this tree." It's been quite sad. But I do.
No, they should just be so nourishing for us. Like I was looking at plants to put inside my house in case like mold or anything. Like you can get like a spider plant and it'll help clear the air.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of things we're going to learn. That could be one of the things where I always say things we don't know that we lived within. And then 20 years later, you look back and you're like, I can't believe we didn't know that. That could be that. That could be we treated plants like they were just items, not living finger quote creatures.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but then think of all the plants you ate. But I also eat animals.
Yeah. Like
It's
lettuce.
also weird what animals we choose we can eat and we don't, but it's all regional too, right?
Right.
Like some, they don't eat beef
Right,
in a lot of
dogs.
cultures. Those dogs they eat in those countries, though, are different than like dogs that we eat here.
Are they like wild dogs?
Kind of. And not that I'm saying there's
Or
right or wrong,
cats.
but but those dogs, like they say, you go to China, eat a dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like a collie. They're kind of like rat dogs.
Got it.
Okay.
Not that makes it any better. I'm just saying it's not the same.
Or
So
like
you're not eating a
rabbit.
boxer.
Like
You're
some
not.
people eat rabbit.
Yeah, I ate a lot of rabbit growing up. The difficult part about rabbit, pheasant and quail, much more difficult. But the difficult part about rabbit was it's small. You're doing a lot of work for small meat, and so you got to kill a rabbit. First of all, you're probably not killing a rabbit with one. I should say me. I was hunted with shotguns if we were hunting squirrels or rabbits, and that means there's a lot of pellets, and smaller pellets for birds, squirrel, rabbits. But then there are pellets all in the meat. Sometimes that could affect it. But there's just not a lot of meat anyway.
Yeah.
But rabbit's good. It's all good. It all is fine. Put A1 on anything. I think I would almost say 100% of meat is better with mustard. I could put mustard on every piece of meat. It does not matter the meat.
Did not like
And
that.
I think mustard's better on some meats than others. But I think I would probably rather have some mustard to dip my steak into a little bit than have nothing to dip my steak into, even if the steak was perfect.
I marinate with mustard.
Mustard is God's ointment. God's food ointment.
Wow.
I said it. There's not a meat that mustard doesn't make better.
Oh, my condiments go ketchup, mayonnaise. If it's mustard, it's got to be like, brown sugar mustard or spicy brown mustard. Not just
Sound
like
like my wife.
yellow.
Well, my wife does no condiments. Never had a condiment. Never tasted a
That's
condiment.
crazy.
I know. She won't even touch the bottles. If the kitchen's messy and she cleans up the whole kitchen and I've left mustard out, the mustard will not move from where I had it left out. And I'm like, why did you not pick up the mustard? I know why. She's like, I don't even want to touch the bottle. It makes me sick. But she's never tasted a condiment. No ketchup, no mustard, no mayonnaise, none of that. That's bizarre. I have bizarre things.
bizarre.
That's bizarre.
I think
Because
she's just trying to get you to pick up a little.
Nope. Because I still don't. So
So who picks up the?
It's still
who
it
picks
lives
up the
there.
mustard?
the mustard's different because I need the mustard to be cold. So for me, selfishly, I put
So
it
you'll
back in
do
the
it,
fridge.
yeah.
Yeah. I go through pickup phases. I go through kitchen cleaning phases where I'm on it. I'll do it without even being asked. Like twice a year.
Wow, you don't even have to be asked.
And like the other
Whoa.
364
You'll help clean
days,
your own
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Good for you,
I have
man.
a housekeeper too, though. And it's like sometimes she wants to clean the whole house before the housekeeper comes over. And I'm like, why? She's like, well, I just want to make it easier on her. I'm like, we have a housekeeper. So let the housekeeper clean it. Like that. She literally needs to have she doesn't want to get here and feel like there's nothing to do because then she feels like she's expendable. That's how
Your wife?
No, the
that's
housekeeper.
the
I was
housekeeper.
like, dang.
No.
But
That's deep.
generally with work, like if you make it so easy on someone, they start to feel like, oh, I may not be needed here. And there starts to be a fear of I might be the next to go.
So you would like to make them feel very needed,
Not very, just normal needed.
normal needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have housekeeper every day,
Yeah.
but a couple times a week we have a housekeeper comes over and rocks it. And so my wife is obsessed with cleaning the house before the housekeeper gets there.
Yeah, I think a lot. I can be similar, but my mom was also that way. I don't know what's up with that. And she's like, we just want to make sure. It also helps with keeping things organized if, they don't know where everything goes.
Well, don't get me started on the fact that if any company comes over, our house needs to look like no one's ever lived in it. It was just built and it was perfect.
Yeah.
If anybody comes over, that house needs to look like it was just created 5 seconds ago by the big man upstairs. Perfect house. And like people know we live. Like who cares? Leave the mustard out. Pair of shoes.
That's why I said
And
the same thing.
I'm pretty clean. And we don't have kids. We do have dogs, and that gets to be a bit of an issue with dog hair sometimes because we have 2 dogs that shed. But yeah, she needs a house to be virgin. It's if somebody's coming over, they're coming into a virgin house that has never been touched.
Why is that?
Probably how she grew up. Same way Amy's talking about. I think probably when she was a kid, her mom was like that. And
yeah.
was like, somebody's coming over.
I can be very similar. Like I can throw a house together and
Yeah, my wife
someone's
is very clean.
coming over and I've got little time. Like I've got all the tricks to make
Yeah,
it
my wife freaks out though, and
awesome
I'm like,
fast.
they're bringing their kids. They're about to run through this house anyways. What does it matter? She's like, it has to look nice. And 3 minutes after you get there, guess what? A tornado went through there. Why do you clean?
I
It's so
know.
stupid.
Hopefully
It's
we
funny
can.
how we fall into
break
roles
that.
because I was very clean, extremely hygienic for a large part of my life because I didn't want to get sick. I still don't do doorknobs very well and stuff like that. But my wife is double that. And so now I'm kind of like, well, I guess I don't need to have that anymore. And so I'm not as. Because I used to be germaphobe. I still have germophobia tendencies, but my wife is such a germaphobe, which made me feel like maybe I wasn't. Maybe it was just like part of my identity. And so I just committed to it. But now it's like, who cares? Let's rock. Maybe I don't shower for a couple days. And then I start doing you need some bacteria. She's like, that's bullcrap. She goes, you don't think that. You're just using that as an argument. Okay. Morgan, good luck with that. If Amy can find the tick thing, I would send the tick off just so
Oh,
you
yeah.
have,
Let
just
me
so
get
you have
that.
peace of mind
Yeah.
I can tell you where to mail it.
and how much that costs. Because if it's crazy cost.
No, it couldn't have been crazy, but I mean, it's your life, You're like,
It's your life.
like it's your
It's now or never.
your overall well-being, because if you have the data that you have the Lyme disease, like you can do things to be proactive. But because I mean, yeah, people that have that, it is no joke.
Hey, Morgan, what did I send you for the 2 titles for this?
You sent me.
Because I want to make sure I do both in this. I know we did the tick thing. There was another one.
And you said, how much money do we have in our accounts?
Great. That's what I want to talk about.
What? Like our bank accounts?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I have no clue.
just 13. Well, just
I was like,
Like, I have
do I
no
need to
clue.
log in?
just 13% of Americans feel confident about their finances. That number feels about right. And I don't even think confidence is a number, is my point. Like, I do not feel confident about my finances. But again, how we talk about we have these tendencies and we have these habits and we have things that are part of us from how we grow up and things we worry about. I don't think I ever won't be so concerned. I check my accounts 2-3 times a day, every day. And I a little bit can control it, at least like my inner narrative with, oh, I'm just checking to make sure I don't get scammed. I think that's like 5%. 5% of it. But I think how I grew up affects how I'm growing up. And I don't feel confident. But it's not a number that, I don't think there is a number that would make me feel confident.
Whoa. I feel like you should feel confident.
I appreciate that. And my wife tries to talk me out of these unhealthy habits that I get into, especially with money, because I'm scared to death of, and we've talked about it before, I'm scared to death of regressing to the point to where I have to worry about everything all the time. And so I would put myself in that 13% that do not feel confident about their finances. Only 13% of Americans feel very good about their finances. 84% believe financial planning is more important now than ever. Do you feel confident about your finances? Eddie?
I say yes because I don't know. My wife does the finances, so I have no clue. If she ever comes to me and says, hey, we need to talk about money, then I start worrying.
And I think, too, that says exactly what I'm saying. Yours isn't about a dollar amount. Yours is about a feeling.
Yeah.
And you feel good unless otherwise. I feel bad unless way otherwise.
Interesting.
So I'm always scared.
Yeah, like, and it's funny, too. Like, I have a mental, radar, I guess, that kind of goes off whenever, I don't say, like, the air conditioner breaks. And it's just like, whoa, okay, check the account because is this going to be a problem?
Sure.
So, but other than that, man, I kind of live life just thinking it's okay.
Lunchbox. Not do you want to win the lottery or want millions, because that's different. But do you feel confident about your finances?
Feel great. Lights stay on, heat or air.
Who runs yours? Who like looks?
Well, I have mine.
Oh, yeah, you guys do it differently. How often do you look at yours?
Probably 4 times a week.
And why do you look? With what purpose?
Just making sure there's nothing overdraft. And I like to check my credit card to make sure that there's no charges that I don't know of.
Do you ever have those?
Yeah, every once in a while you find them and you're like, oh no. And so I just want to make sure every time, oh yeah, I did charge that. Oh, I did charge that. And used to when I wrote a lot of checks, I mean, there's not as many checks being written now, unfortunately. I wanted to make sure the check went through because, they always say, oh, like when you pay your bill, like when I mail my check off for a bill, I wait about 3 days and I check, all right, did they get it? All right, they got it.
I told you guys I canceled my credit card, right?
No.
What?
What?
And then I ended up.
Oh, you did tell us.
I was like, yep, just got scammed. Credit card, canceled
that.
it. Turns
Yeah.
out, no, I did buy it.
Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
told us,
that. Sorry, I thought you meant like.
But that's like how
you weren't
hyper
gonna
vigilant and scared I am.
Use credit cards.
Where I'm like, don't remember that right this second before putting any thought into it. Call and cancel. And then it's like, as soon as I hang up, oh my God, I do. That was.
Does
Yeah.
your credit card company call you, though, or do they just send you an email?
No, as soon as it is used, it shows up on my phone for any reason whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I get a text.
Yeah. So if I go to
Wow.
the gas station and I get a candy bar and I use my credit card, it'll come across Citgo $1.18. So I have that alert on with my credit card. So one popped up and I wasn't using it, but I had given them my number to reserve the space, and then they used it then. And so when it popped up, I was like, nope, don't know what that is. Cancel. Once I canceled it because I went to a gas station, used my credit card, and it was like $150 immediately. And I called, I said, cancel my credit card. And they're like, okay, you got it. You're not there. I'm like, no, I'm here. But I think I just been like skimmered. And they're like, we'd like to recommend you don't cancel it right this second. Like, give us like an hour. And I said, why? I said, because when you do a credit card, it does a hold on it.
Oh,
And then it takes it and puts it back.
didn't realize that.
And I wouldn't either, except for the fact that I monitor that stuff and I'm super scared of that stuff. There you go. Amy, how finances?
I feel good now. When I first got divorced, I was
Oh yeah, you went through a whole thing.
it was a whole
You had to
thing.
learn a lot.
I had to learn a lot. I didn't even know how to log into my bank account.
Oh my gosh.
I know, wasn't proud of that. But when we got married, I
But you
just
weren't concerned. It wasn't a-
yes,
yeah.
it was sort of something early on because I didn't want anything to do with the finances. Like it was my choice. It wasn't him. In fact, he was a little annoyed by it, but he's like, okay, well, I can handle it. He's like, I am deployed half the year, but no problem. I'll manage every bill that comes in. So stuff from my childhood that I just had fear around. And then once I got the hang of it, the lump in my throat went away. Like I will say, anytime I had to deal with any of it, like logging in or having conversations about money, I would get this lump in my throat.
Why
And
do you
then-
think that is?
I think my fear that I had around it, like that I was going to mess something up. And I think some of it from my childhood was just in a nutshell. My dad was on such a roller coaster journey with his, like he'd have a lot of success and then he'd lose it all and a lot.
Oh,
so then
yeah.
for me,
That's taught without even knowing you're being taught that.
right, like we grew up comfortable. And then I lived with my mom, single mom, who worked really hard. She was like, you would think growing up that my dad would have passed away and had all the money and my mom wouldn't have. Because I mean, when they got divorced, she was a stay-at-home mom, and then she went and got a job, and she was so diligent with her finances and saving that like when my mom passed away, it was so easy on my sister and I. Like it was really weird. We were actually shocked by some of it. We're like, oh wow, okay. And then when my dad passed away, I mean, it was sort of a mess, which, you know, people probably you just never really know what's going on behind the scenes. And so I think I just had this fear of money. And then now the more you do it, it's sort of just repetition, like reps in the gym. The more I did it, the less that lump in my throat went away. And now I feel like I'm in a really good place and I'm proud of myself.
I am too.
So if
You have
anybody
grown
else
a
is
lot.
in something similar, like you can get through it. But I had to ask a lot of people, like ask for help, ask for wisdom. My boyfriend does say I need to save more. But
I say too.
so I'm working on that. I'm working on my savings for my future. But you know, I mean, and he's just trying to help me. Like he's saying, like at this point in your life, you should be here, and I'm like, oh, okay, easy for you to say.
He wants you to save more, or does he want you to have more that he can spend?
I don't think that's the case. He's trying to encourage me, even if we're like not together. He's like, I just think you'll be setting yourself up better for the future if you could
That's smart.
save more, because he
But
knows
if
what
it had
I.
been that boy toy though, it's telling you that I'd have been that you had for a
Yes,
while.
yes.
I'd have been like, Amy, he just wants you to save so he can spend it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't think that's the case. Because but no, I hadn't thought of it that way though. Oh no,
It just depends where it's coming from, right? The same message can be taken differently depending on who it's coming from. It can mean a different thing, even though it's the
Exactly.
same message.
yeah.
So how much money do you have in your account around the room?
Yeah. I'll go first.
I don't want to
Can you
know.
imagine?
I showed Amy my 401k once.
Yeah. Her reaction was
Yeah,
cool.
and I was like,
Yeah.
what am I doing wrong with
Exactly.
my 401k? But that's another thing. Did I start my 401k too late? I'm not sure. Or maybe you had yours longer and then maybe they matched yours some. Because I max out at my giving, but I was like, why am I so behind?
Did I tell you I found out that I have 401k money from my old job?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wow.
Wait, so you
How
have
did you
one?
find
So
it?
I was doing 401k.
Well, it's not working right now, but he had one, but still has money in there.
So how long were you at that job?
5 years total?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Maybe 6.
So
So
we
how
got,
do you
we
find
got
it?
cash. So we have money. The 401k exists, and it's got money, and it still makes money. But obviously it's not matched or anything. So if I don't touch
it still makes money as in the interest that it's drawing, or
Correct.
it's not making money as in you putting it in.
no.
So
I
much
didn't
lesser.
even know I had it.
Can I give you a piece of advice? I know
Yes.
nothing about money. I know something about money now, but I know nothing about money generally compared to people that know something about money. You should transfer that to here and get yours here going.
Okay.
Because you can transfer. Now that you're not starting at zero, it feels more attainable to have that because you already have one. You should transfer it to our companies.
Yeah.
Because you can do that and then have it, because you can determine what percentage goes.
Let's go.
I would do that if I were you because
Okay.
you already have one.
Let me talk to my money guy. Lunchbox, we'll talk after the show.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I would also encourage you, don't know a lot about money. I would encourage you to get a new money guy.
I mean, that's pretty cool that you had one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Did you just Google, did I have one in my
No.
old
How'd
job?
you find that out?
No, because we've been talking about getting a 401k here, and I looked it up. I go onto our HR whatever website, and it led me to the company that does 401ks, and it says you already have one. It exists. And I clicked on that. Exists. Boom.
Did you
and-
get in and see the money?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
We got Kazash.
Over $5,000?
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Over 10,000?
No, don't play the game. Transfer it over, and
Let's go.
continue building for your retirement, which you want to do tomorrow.
So bad.
That's great. That's
Dude,
awesome.
you're already on your way.
That's great news.
Yeah. It's awesome. I can't believe I didn't tell you guys.
I can't either because that's big news for
Yeah,
us.
I know.
People think it's a bit. I swear that is the most bitty thing people think that we do.
What, our finances? Like the 401k thing?
The 401k thing, because they will go, there is no way that Lunchbox and Eddie are telling the truth. Like, this is such a bit.
No, we're
It
not
is.
lying.
That is not a bit. So, like Lunchbox wearing nuts on his neck, a bit. But he's doing it, but it's a bit, right? It's like we made up a segment, a funny game. He's doing it. The 401k thing with Lunchbox and Eddie, not a bit. They want to retire, but they did not do it, even though the company offered it.
Yeah.
Still offers it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my parents didn't have 401k, so I don't need one.
Well, neither did mine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I didn't know how to do it. Still don't really understand it. Don't get why I just give my money away and wait. Like, why would you not want to have your money now?
Great point. You spend it now. And there are people that go, instead of 401k, you can do other things with it. There are people that go, 401k, not the best idea if you know about money. I don't know about money. 401k is like a 7 out of 10 for me. Like, it's better than doing nothing with it or spending it. But I think if you are smart, there are things you can do with your money that draws better than what a 401k would. But it's kind of an insurance policy that makes a bit of money. But I know nothing. Okay, moving on. Let's mid-roll. No cut, though. I saw a spoiler. I'm pissed.
About a show?
I'm pissed.
Where'd you see it?
And I'm not going to tell you. It was nobody's fault.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I think I know what you're going to say.
I'm not gonna say what the show is. I'm not gonna say anything about what it is. I'm so hurt that this platform that created the list of stories that I clicked did not warn spoiler alert. And it's a show that I watch now. And the category was, and I'm not saying it's a new show, but it's a show I watch now. The category was surprising deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it where you saw it, but I'm aware of it.
I was gonna watch it tonight, and it was number one, and it oh my god,
Surprising deaths of a current show?
of a character. And I'm not even saying the show is current because there are some shows
Okay.
we're behind on. I can't believe they did that without a warning because there was no spoiler warning, and it's so fresh.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much either. I will say I knew even before that.
Yeah, but that's because you're probably in that world more than I am.
Yeah. But for anybody else just watching,
Can you put that list up? Now that I know what it is, can you put that list up?
yeah.
I
What'd you see on TikTok?
I admire our spoiler culture as a society. We've done a pretty good job. It's one of the few things as a society I'm proud of. Like, we put this up against any European country or Japan
Good
or
job,
China.
guys.
Like, we do good. That's it. Oh. I was so,
Mike is sighing.
I was so pissed.
It's like I don't think it's going to take away from my enjoyment, but for just how spoiler culture is, that's bad.
Yeah.
It ruined it for you too, Mike?
I think he's just upset by it more than it ruined because he has an education in what we're doing, what we're watching.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to say too much. So it just hurts me that it's like, yo, you got to tell somebody about that. That's a big deal.
So it's even to go down the list. I wouldn't even feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing half these because the article comes out and Variety puts together a list of some of the most shocking character deaths in TV history. And they go, here they are. And they list them 10 to 1.
I'd say only 3 or 4 or 10 years past the finale airing.
So I would say, you think I could do number 9?
Yeah, that one's fine.
Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men.
He died.
People probably aren't going to go watch and binge that because that was more of a sitcom. You kind of watched it, but it wasn't a let's follow the storyline.
That also came out when the show was airing because they replaced him with Ashton.
Great point. Think I can do 8?
When that finale air?
Okay. If it's even a question, the answer is no.
Yeah, I think I don't think that's in the 10-year finale rule.
I don't think we do any Game of Thrones still.
Mm-mm.
And the thing about Game of Thrones, that show, is they would kill anybody at any time. So some of the death, you're just like, what the crap? I just got it. Like, that was what was awesome about it, is that you didn't know when somebody was going to die.
Yeah, 8 has been 12 years now, it looks like.
Okay. Then I'm
That's
going to
safe.
say what the show is. If anybody has any sort of objections, let me know. Breaking Bad.
We all know.
No.
Any objections?
Nope.
Okay.
Never seen it.
So don't spoil.
Don't spoil.
Cover your ears,
All right.
because I can do that with listeners.
Like, is Ray ever gonna watch that?
I'm going to say the spoiler in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gus.
Oh,
Yeah.
good one.
All right, we won't talk about it. Ray, you're good. Can't do 7. Number 6, I didn't watch Grey's Anatomy. So that show still is on.
Still happening. Nope.
So I can't. Number 5, will not do. The show is no longer made. Can I say the show, though? Because
Number
people die on
4?
show. Number 5.
Oh, 5?
Yeah. I won't say who it is.
That's a spoiler for me. I haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you
There's
can say the show and somebody dies, right?
fair enough. Yeah, 'cause people die all the time.
Yeah,
In life, too, man.
it's just part of life.
Part of life. Succession was the show, so you can't really do that. And number 4 is The Walking Dead. Now, people die in Walking Dead all the time, but I don't feel comfortable with that. The Sopranos is at 3. Never watched Sopranos. Possibly. Anybody have objection to Soprano death?
No.
Never seen
Never
it. Probably
seen
not
it,
gonna
man.
watch it.
The finale was 2007, so I think we're pretty clear there. Adriana Liserva, who is Drea Di Matteo. I just know her from doing Joey, with Joey, the Friends spinoff. But I don't watch Sopranos, but she died. I'm not doing 2 Game of Thrones. I'm not even saying what 1 is. It pissed me off this morning. But most time, culture's pretty good. Just gotta be careful, man.
That's just a weird article to write anyway.
It is, but
Like,
it's tough. It's tough to. I don't know how you would get anybody to click in with safety, unless it's like sometimes Michael will go, "Hey, do you want to? What do you think about this game?" And if it's a good game idea, he's like, "Here's a couple examples of the game," and I've blackened the answers so you can't see them. So I'd have to go over on, like, he'll send like 2 questions. I'll have to go over and like unhighlight, like go over it with my cursor
yeah.
to see what it is. They could have done something like that, but yeah, no,
They do that on Reddit.
They do.
You can black it out and then hover over if you want to see.
Oh, that's so
They should do
cool.
that in articles.
Yeah,
They should
for
do that.
sure.
A driver falls off an incomplete bridge. Driving, the bridge wasn't fully built.
Oh my god.
Falls off. They were following Google Maps, and Google Map. So it goes to whose fault is it? Google Maps or the guy not paying attention?
Google Maps, man, because we trust
No.
Google Maps.
But you don't look in the front of you.
no, if it says take a left, I take a left.
Well, you're an idiot.
I think you'd fall off the bridge then.
Yeah,
I think I
it's
would.
your fault.
On
Yeah.
April 5th, an unusual and dangerous accident happened. Left many shocked as a 61-year-old man fell off a bridge following Google Maps directions exactly. The incident occurred when the driver was heading to a friend's house, completely trusting the route suggested by the Maps app. This, according to CNN, the app suddenly changed direction mid-trip, taking them straight into an unfinished bridge. Unaware of the danger, drove forward. The result was it fell into a busy road.
Oh,
It's like a 20-foot fall.
It's terrible.
They have minor injuries, so it wasn't a 100-foot fall, but 20-foot fall. That feels like the Duke boys were landing those all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
The boys of Hazard County.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucked. It reminds me of the Office scene where Michael Scott and Dwight drive into the like pond, the lake. It's like turn here. All of a sudden they're in the water driving. You guys on that? All right, cool.
No.
Totally. It's a show. It's a show.
What's it called?
My bad. I shouldn't have used an example of something that no one's seen. Is
I mean, the Office is weird though, because like I've seen a lot of episodes, but I have not seen them all.
you really?
Mm-mm.
That's a pretty pop culture-y one though, referenceable, but still, I'm not gonna judge it on that because there are a lot. I've seen it all the way through probably 20 times.
I'd be like 50-50 if you said, did you see that this episode? I'd be like, yeah, 50-50.
It got to a point on The Office where I would only watch it from beginning to end, and I would just let it finish and start over again.
Dang. How many seasons?
7 or 9.
It's a lot.
7 or 9. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Freaks and Geeks?
A long time ago.
what is that?
Like I saw it
Seth
popped up.
Rogen, right?
Yeah, it's like
First Seth
James
Rogen.
Franco, a lot of
Yeah.
young comedians.
Yeah, Jason
Critically
Segel.
acclaimed. Did not last long.
like
but
one season.
Yeah, it was also the writer.
Judd Apatow.
Yeah, Judd Apatow.
He directed it. The writer is the same guy from Bridesmaids.
There you go. Hey, Movie Mike with the answers.
Love it.
The Death of Pope Francis has spiked ratings for the Conclave, which you can watch now on.
Oh yeah, I want to watch.
Guys,
that.
it's awesome, and especially because it's happening now by 283%. And I'm not sure if you have to buy it or if it just streams for free if you have a Prime subscription. Do you know, Mike?
I believe it's just if you have a Prime subscription now.
Money in the Bank.
That was the weird timing of it.
That is weird.
The movie did win an Oscar, by the way. Which one?
It was nominated for Best Picture, didn't win, so I think it won one of the side. It didn't win a big one.
Maybe like wardrobe,
Maybe like
costume design.
Best Religious Film.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's good.
Yeah, the Pope dying. The timing of this and that movie coming out, wild. But it's really good. Like the movie itself is really good. We watched it. I watched it on an airplane. And I thought it was great. And the actors in it are massive. Like Third Rock from the Sun guys in there.
John Lithgow?
Mm-hmm.
And it was Best Adapted Screenplay that it won.
So it's the book. Is that what that means? Like
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
taken
it
it
was
from a
a
book
book.
to yeah. Third Rock from the Sun, Dexter. He played an excellent villain in Dexter. Maybe the best Dexter villain of all villains. John Lithgow's money. He was in The Old Man
The Old Man. That's what I thought you were talking about.
recently. He was in The Old
That's a
Man.
Google.
They canceled that show.
That's crazy.
That show was
that was a good
amazing. And I think they had to pause that show for a while because
A writer's strike.
no.
No.
Also, the main guy got sick. Got cancer.
Josh Brolin?
Mm-mm.
No. What's his name?
The dude.
The dude. What's his name, Mike?
Jeff Bridges?
Boom.
Yeah, had to beat cancer, I believe.
There's a lot of groaning in that movie.
Well, they're old men, man.
He was an old man.
The whole thing about that is he used to be in the CIA, FBI, and he retires, but now he has to come back into action. It's good. It's
But he constantly is getting out of bed going, ugh.
yeah, really good.
Bobby, I have a movie for you if you're on the Catholic kick.
I don't know that I've ever been on a Catholic kick.
Well,
per
but it
se.
sounds like you are based on
What happens with the Pope's always been interesting to me. I watched a documentary on it once and how they vote, and so that's because that's political inside of religion. So they're making decisions using a political process inside of a religious organization that is massive. It's the biggest moneymaker in the world that has its own town. So I'm interested in all those elements. I don't know if I'm on a Catholic kick, but I'm curious to hear what you got.
Well, it's a movie called Cabrini, and it's about this nun, and she basically goes against everything that she learned in the Catholic Church and defies kind of all these odds. It's really good, and I think it would be up your alley just with what you're interested in.
Movie Mike, have you seen Cabrini?
I have not.
It gets Rotten Tomatoes 90%. How'd you come across it?
It actually became something that they asked if I wanted to endorse on the show, and I was like, I'll watch a movie, and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, and I ended up loving it.
That's how I was with Sinners because I won't watch a movie. They're like, hey, if you'll watch the movie, we'll spend money, and you have to say you like it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it because I may not like it. I don't want to come on saying I like something I don't like. But they said if you watch Sinners, you don't have to say you like it, but you can have the writer or director on who we had on. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Loved it. Well, really liked it. Really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really have a lot of interest in learning about nuns, and this is all based on a true story, so that kind of is what got me.
Oh, so if I'm Catholic, I'll like it?
Yeah.
You are Catholic.
Well, I know, but she was just Bobby's
Well,
a Catholic kick. What about people that are Catholic their whole life?
I think they would really like it. I
Thank
just
you.
didn't have any interest. I've never really known about nuns and the backstory on them, so it was interesting.
Raymundo.
Yep.
So Thunder are up 2-0, but there are going to be 3 Memphis Grizzly games in Memphis.
Is it 2-2-1-1-1?
Or it's 2-3-2.
Yeah. But there's for sure 2 guaranteed Memphis Grizzlies home games. So Thursday and then Saturday.
Let's look at it, Mike. I would guess it's 2-3-2, but it may not be. Will you let me know? Yeah. Have you talked to our listener?
Yeah, so Hen in Memphis said that her and her husband are going to sit in other seats. So maybe a level up from that. The 4th row from the floor are still up for grabs, $800.
For both?
Yeah, but I'm out.
Okay. By the way, I think it's 2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, and let's be real, we're not getting to that. It's 2-2. It's going to be a
So
sweep.
you have 2 shots.
Yeah.
Maybe they win a game.
Thursday
However-
weeknight doesn't happen. Saturday was a possibility.
Okay. $800. You don't split it and go?
Well, that's also another problem.
What?
Because now I found out my wife wants to go.
Yeah, take her. You two go.
Well, I already kind of promised my best friend Justin twice now that I was going to take him.
Well, you said you were going to take me.
But you have to pay for the ticket.
Well, and
if you're
then
gonna
Lunch threw in a monkey wrench that he randomly wants to go to the game.
Okay, but he was just trying to get the free tickets.
No, I think
Yeah.
he was serious.
No, but he was serious about getting the free tickets.
Yeah, and then it's also $800.
Okay. I'm up for a challenge.
Okay, what is it?
Maybe you're familiar with the Amy challenge where she made 31 3-pointers in an hour and made $1,000 for charity. It's not the same challenge, so it has nothing to do with basketball, oddly, and it's a basketball thing. But I'm willing. Can you get the caller on the phone?
Yeah.
Can we call her? This is the challenge I would give Ray. Tomorrow on the show, we put out a big map of all 50 states. And Ray has, I need to think of the time. I would say like 20 minutes or so. And he has to label every single state correctly, a blank map. If you could label every single state correctly, the first time.
The Eastern Seaboard?
Yeah, but he can study, right?
In 20
Now that he's-
minutes, you
now that
got to
he
give him
knows
like
this?
10. Like, I mean, there's no.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have told him first.
Because he can study
Maybe
now.
I should have just said there was a
Yeah,
thing.
something else. Do
I'll think
Europe.
of something else. Oh, Europe. But I thought I was trying to think of a challenge that we could stream, and if you got it, I'd buy you the tickets.
Yeah!
But I'm not buying them if you don't, because we can't. I can't get in the habit of going, well, you lost, so I'm still gonna do it, because then our list, it's not as fun of a bit.
I'm down for a challenge.
I shouldn't have said anything about that, and maybe it was last time.
I mean,
Central America, there's other options.
No, because you can
No,
study
I
the
won't
whole
do. I
world.
wont do maps anymore.
Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Uruguay.
we're not
that's
doing-
South America.
We're not doing that.
It
Panama,
might be central.
But if I can think of a different one
Honduras,
tomorrow,
Brazil.
Brazil's South.
Why do you do something painful like kneel on rice for X amount of time?
yeah, the pain thing's not as fun for people to watch. You have to keep up with it.
Okay.
Walking on coals, that'd be pretty fun.
Shoot yourself with your foot with a BB gun.
Anything
Oh, we
like
got
that.
our girl.
Okay. Let me know when she's up.
All right, she's up.
Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, how about the freaking Grizz winning the play-in game?
Yeah, and then we got crushed by OKC.
Yeah, last 2 games have been pretty bad though. Yeah, for sure. Last night was terrible.
Woo, real bad.
Are you guys going to the next couple of games?
My husband's going tomorrow night, and I'm gonna go Saturday.
If I wanted to buy those Saturday tickets from you for Ray, how quickly do you need me to buy them from you?
Well, those sold.
Oh,
no.
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We should have.
I know.
We should have moved our meet. We lost our seat. Okay. How much are you selling for?
I believe they were $550 each.
Oh, so wow, $1,100
Wow.
bucks.
Sale.
Oh, my goodness.
It's
Did they-
playoffs, bro.
Yeah, but did they watch the first game?
Yeah, but it's still going. It's like you may be a
Well,
Thunder
yeah,
fan
but-
too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it goes to 6 before you sell
Yeah.
them, can we talk to you?
Yes.
Okay. And we're not gonna make you like hold forever and like risk not selling them.
Yeah.
But if it does go to game 6, which means they'd need to win 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I was gonna
know.
give Ray an opportunity to. I was gonna buy those tickets for him if he was able to like win a game. But if it goes to 6, we'll probably hit you back. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, Ray.
No, you're good, Hannah. Hey, so that John Morant, the crazy dunk you and me were talking about, that was on the same side where we would have been sitting, right?
It was. Yes.
No,
I
He
know.
yeah, it was right there. That'd been wild. That's a memory right there for
It
sure.
was.
The
It was
eyeballs at the rim, dog.
insane.
Yeah, he went
Yeah.
head over the rim.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, we saw it. That's a good one. All right.
Nuts.
You would have been right in front.
What
right?
did he do? The grenade or the gun, or what did he do when he as a
He
celebration?
won't do guns anymore. He can't do guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he actually don't know if he's been doing anything.
He just does your words out of your mouth or a grenade, throw them away and cover my ears.
Yeah,
Can't
which
really
one
do
is
much
it?
when
We're
you're
not
down
really
50.
sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
I
good
know.
point. When
Yeah,
you're
I
down,
mean,
when you're down a million,
50,
that's
he's like,
tough.
all right, I'm just going to go back on defense.
Okay, Hannah, thank you. I hope the Thunder win. I know you don't because you want to make more money out of those tickets for sure. I understand that. That's why owners want the playoffs, right? Because they get more money in the arena. But if the Thunder don't win and we have game 6, we'd sure like to talk to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you
sure.
for answering.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
So we're never going to hear from her.
Hey,
again.
Ray, here's the thing. I could buy you tickets in another part of the gym arena.
Yeah, I think the Allure was the 4th row.
So you wouldn't even go if I.
Well,
like,
it's
would you
3
mind-
hours.
would you
Hey,
mind-
guys, we're not
It's a
talking.
playoff basketball
we're not
game on
talking
Saturday
Bridgestone.
night.
I would go Bridgestone any day of the week.
But it's
Bridgestone.
a playoff game. It's OKC in friggin' Memphis.
I believe it was the 4th row. I will drive 4 hours with my wife.
You just said 3
It's
and
3
now-
hours.
Yeah, with traffic, Memphis rush hour. I'm down for that, but section up, it just is a little different for Memphis.
You're out of your skull. I can understand not going for the nosebleeds, but that would be an awesome environment. It could also be game 4, and it could because it's 2. It's 2-2, 1-1-1. It could be game 4 where Oklahoma City clinches it.
I'm looking right now on some of these apps to see what ticket prices are.
I'm on one now. I could get you 2 in like the 4th row for $431 each.
4th row, dude.
Right, it's at midcourt. And it's a little more than 4th row, but it's close. There's the bench. 1, 2. I mean, it's like 5th or 6th row, right?
Ray, that's it.
Okay, and we're talking a parking ticket.
Oh boy.
That's what's going to stop you is the $20 parking.
He doesn't want to go.
No, if it's floor, I'm down. I have 2 of my best friends fighting me over these tickets that don't even exist right now. They're Fugazi.
What about a hotel? I mean, where are you going to stay,
What's the one
Ray?
hotel called where there's ducks?
The
Peabody.
Peabody, man.
Peabody.
That's where you need to stay, Ray. And you can park there and walk over.
Yeah, you can. It's like a block.
I'm not paying for the hotel, guys. I'd be out $1,000 on tickets. So
And what do? You do the duck walk, and then you go to the Grizzlies game?
if I will buy the tickets, I'll present you with the challenge. Would you do them?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, she told her, so we'll see what else we can do. But he didn't sound like he's super pumped to go.
Not really. And when he said his 2 best friends, him and his wife, and then
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, and Justin.
Justin.
North Beach.
South Beach.
No, North Beach is his other friend.
Oh.
South Beach is his other friend.
The North Beach is Billy.
Yeah, North Beach. Okay. I got a couple other things here. I shouldn't have said anything about that map. That'd have been fun to give him 5 minutes and see if he could do it or something.
I'm telling you, Europe. That would be equally as challenging.
But you would not get it right. There's no chance you would get that right.
Yeah, I would, because actually in school we were told to memorize it, and I memorized it. So Lithuania, Russia, Luxembourg. I know it pretty well.
Yeah, but you have to know where it's at on the map.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, you have
Russia's
to
easy
lab-
to find.
You have to, yes, Russia is, but it doesn't matter. I'm not, guys.
Well, he wants Europe because he doesn't want to win.
Oh, because he doesn't want to go.
Oh,
Yes.
that's it.
That's what it is. He wants a challenge that he can't get, so he's not forced to go.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Mike D's TikTok got hacked.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Bye.
I don't know. I got a text last night at like 10:30 that it was like a request for like the code they send you. I didn't request it.
But did they get in?
And I woke up this morning, saw that text, logged into TikTok, and I was signed out.
Wait, how'd they get in without the code?
I don't know.
Did they put anything up there?
They haven't changed anything, but they changed the number it's associated with, my email that it's associated with. Username is still the same.
Have you changed it back?
I can't. I can't log into it.
Oh, no.
Oh, so you can't get
Yeah,
into
when
it
I
at all.
opened up TikTok, it said, you've been signed out. And I tried to sign in, won't let me sign in.
So what do you do?
I'm been trying right now to recover it. I'm having to send things to prove that I am myself.
I didn't know that. Let me see what's up. Hold on. I don't know TikTok specifically, Mr. TikTok, but I can text not our Morgan here, but my Morgan who used to work here, Morgan number 1, who's my management. They have a lot of artists at my management team, so they have to deal with TikTok specifically for reasons, and let me just message her. Hey, Mike D's TikTok was hacked. He can't log in. I know that you guys deal with TikTok in a lot of different ways for a bunch of different artists. Do you have an easier way to get to someone in TikTok? I don't know if you want to hit up Tom or something so we can get Mike's account back because we're afraid they're going to do dirty videos. But Mike's account was hacked. Will you let me know? We asked them if we can kind of circumvent the process of Mike just filling out a bunch of paperwork and sending in a bunch of stuff, and they can just free it back over to him. All right. Thank you. Bye.
I want to know how they got that code.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
scary.
that's weird. Eddie rescued a turtle that got hit by a car.
Oh my gosh.
I
Poor
saw, I
baby.
saw that on
Update.
Did you see
Instagram.
that?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think today we're going to try to get it to a rescue place because yesterday they were all closed. There was one place that answered the phone, and they said that they were completely full and they couldn't take any animals. I'm like, oh, you have that many wildlife animals?
They tell you to gum it together
I just saw that online.
What did it say? Because I've heard that too.
So we found the turtle on the street, and it looks like a car ran over it because the shell was broken in like 4 pieces. And so online it said put it in a box in a cool, dark place and try to put tape on the shell and to keep that shell together, because if you can keep it to where it looks like it's together, it could heal it on its own. But I'm not trying to like fix this turtle on my own. I have no idea how to fix this turtle. I just want to get it to a place where somebody can try to save it. And good news, the turtle was eating last night.
Really?
Which is crazy. Like, if I had my shell broken, I wouldn't want to eat anything.
I wonder, because I don't think a turtle feels its shell. I think it feels where it's connected to the shell, but I don't think it feels the actual shell.
Well, see, I was looking at it last night, and it looks like the shell's part of him.
Yes,
Right? So
yes,
it's-
but I would. Okay, watch this. I grab your earlobe and I cut off part of your. Well, and some earlobes have nerves, some don't. But there are elbow skin, almost no nerves. Right? If someone were to puncture your hole through your elbow, right here,
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt.
You wouldn't feel it. There are parts of our body where we have way less nerves.
Weenus. That's what that's called.
No, it's called a penis.
No, the skin on your elbow, I think it's called weenus.
Got it. So, but they do have the shell does have nerve endings in it.
Yeah.
But from what I have learned is that the further away it is from the body, the less nerve endings it has, and the comparison was parts of your body that still have nerve. But
I felt it
shell
more
is-
kind of like a nail, like a fingernail.
True, it doesn't hurt when you trim a fingernail as long as you don't trim it closer to the
Right.
So yes, it's good. That sucks for the turtle. They do feel their shell, but parts of their shells they don't feel as much. What you hope is it was part of that part of the shell.
And he looks like his little legs broken too. It's just he's not in good shape, or she.
Do you put a turtle down?
I don't know.
Or do you just free a broken turtle?
I think if I put it out in the wilderness, I think something will just eat it because he's not moving. He can't really move.
That sucks.
So it's just terrible, man. So hopefully today we can get him to a place where he needs to be. Like, there are 3 rehab centers, which is crazy, in town.
For turtles?
For any kind of wildlife, raccoons, squirrels, anything you find outside that needs help, they'll come get it.
That's good.
Which is legit.
Hey, Mike, Morgan just said they're going to the digital team to see if they can hit up someone more directly.
All right, you
So
just text me too.
Okay, awesome. That sucks, Eddie. I hope the turtle's fine.
Thank you, man. Shelly. That's her name.
Is it a girl?
We don't know.
Did you look in the shell?
No idea.
You saw a turtle gina? I want to do one more thing. Raymundo says I was wrong about something. What was I wrong about? I'm wrong about all kinds of stuff, but what specifically?
So I believe it was a week ago, or I tried to find the article, but we had said something about bartenders, that they make $60,000. It's a big misconception that they're banking and making crap loads of money.
So what I had said, I remember the story now. What I had said was, I think Lunchbox was talking about how rich bartenders are.
Yeah.
And I said, I think there are probably a few that do well, but generally, and then we looked it up, on average, a bartender that works 5 nights a week makes between $50,000 to $60,000 to $70,000. And that if bartenders made hundreds of thousands of dollars, you would see a lot of people that do really hard, complicated, education-based jobs just be bartenders if they were able to make 6 figures. Like, you'd see people that are educated with degrees, that have master's degrees, go, why did I get a master's degree? I'll just go 10 bar and make $200,000 a year. So that was the point. Now, I was wrong according to you.
Me.
Okay.
They definitely make 6 figures because
Who's they?
bartenders, especially on Broadway, because I follow it's Chris Lane's guitar player. He now works at Old Red. He's married to a chick that works at Whiskey Row. They got a Tall and Skinny. They got a pool.
What's a Tall and Skinny?
One of those houses in Nashville.
Got it.
Oh,
like
3
3
stories.
Yeah.
They go on trips. They've been to Cancun, Cabo, New Orleans all this year, and we're in April. They make 6 figures. So to say $60,000, that's just incorrect.
Combined, I bet they do make 6 figures.
Banking.
Combined, I bet they do make six figures. And also, that's a young man's job, or woman, just a young person's job.
Yeah.
There's no way that they're making $200,000 or $300,000 each. No way. Or you'd have educated people that go and get degrees for a long period of time, go and do that job.
Well, and maybe because he's a skilled guitar player playing at Old Red, maybe that pays more.
Has nothing to do with anything.
He plays behind the bar?
No, he's one of the on-stage guys.
Oh.
She's the bartender
And
at Whiskey Row.
And he's playing. I'm sure they're making supplemental money if he's playing guitar, but also playing with who do you play with?
He's at Old Red now. He used to play with Chris Lane.
So I'm sure he's playing when he can and also doing that. But I think you just have a misconception of because they're big and skinny or whatever it is.
Tall and skinny.
Tall and skinny.
And
3
Lunchbox was
stories.
the one that brought it up. Was like they make hundreds of thousands. They don't. There may be a couple, but they don't.
I mean, they're doing a good job of making it look
That's
like
great.
they do.
They have kids,
No, but
Okay.
dogs.
but 2 incomes,
Dual
no
income,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah, dink.
Mm-hmm.
You-
Pool?
and you can also, 1, you probably have some extra money, and 2, you all pool.
Yeah, a pool's $50,000.
If they bought the house, it's probably just. But you also can use credit cards.
A lot of credit cards.
I don't know their story, so they could be doing really well. But I'm saying bartenders, in general, don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I see their
What about the
stories.
ones in Vegas? You don't think the ones in Vegas?
I think there are probably specific situations in really high-profile areas that do a lot better than a bar downtown.
Okay.
Yes.
Like Vanderpump Rules, those bartenders, they make a lot of money, right?
Well, Vanderpump Rules, all those people now are off of they don't work at the bars anymore. They all have big houses and don't work.
The average salary for a bartender in Las Vegas is around $31,599 a year. Now, I'm also saying, though, there are probably really extremely high-profile people in extremely high-profile places that do much better than that. But I'm talking about medium.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying salary, but I don't think that factors in tips. I think that means they get paid by the bar and then they make their money in tips.
But I think what they're meaning on this is how much they're making.
Man, if you're a bartender for 31,000,
Well, so the 31,000 plus an additional, what they average at the general bar is $170 in tips per day, equals out to around 50 grand. So even if you do tips at 170 a day. Now, this is not a specific science, but there's no chance that there's even 10% of bartenders in America making $200,000 a year.
Okay. I just wanted to give my side of it.
I like it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You know what's awesome though is they get to drink at work too, because like I see bartenders be like, "You want a shot? I'll take one with you."
A young man's game, though.
Yeah.
You don't really see a lot of 53-year-olds doing those shots.
No,
do
no,
you?
they don't do that.
Young man's game. Okay. Let me see that. I think that's it for here. I had other stuff tomorrow. How you do? Let's finish with voicemails, Ray. 3, 4, and 5, please.
My husband and I were outside. We had just lit a joint, and we hear, like, back in the pasture, this noise. It was like, do-do-do-do-do. And then it sounded like a plane taking off, and then you hear do-do-do-do-do again, and there was no lights, no nothing. And I looked at my husband, I was like, did you just hear that? And he was like, damn it, I was hoping you didn't hear that, and it was just in my head, or I was just hearing things. Do you guys think it was aliens, or are we just stoners?
Great question. If you both heard it, it can be both.
But you're both smoking the same thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect everybody the same.
Oh, man.
I don't think you hear the same sound that doesn't exist. I think it's probably something, and you guys were probably hypersensitive to whatever that was. So you can be stoned, or it probably wasn't aliens, but you both heard something.
I like how she started that.
Yeah. I thought it was like, she was just saying like a joint, like something not specific, like the drug. Like,
what were you thinking?
Place. Like joints used in many
like
ways. Or even like a joint, like a knee. Or an
Elbow
elbow.
joints?
Yeah. Here's Kyle from Wisconsin.
Morning, studio. Just listening to the lunchbox getting triggered about the older gentleman opening the door for the woman. I just had to laugh because all I can think back to is how Lunchbox's wife chauffeurs him around and he don't ever drive. So maybe he would like her to open the door for him. See ya.
Would you like her to open the door for you?
That's the dumbest call we've ever had.
All right.
I mean, she doesn't chauffeur me around. I mean, she might drive once every 6 months. So, I mean, these people are idiots.
Next up, Ray.
Let's run pickleball for $1,000, Bobby. I know the dude bailed out, but you've been ignoring me on Instagram. I have been commenting and messaging you, and I don't know what the heck you got going on, but I would like to play you for $1,000 in pickleball. Let's run it. It's 541 Fisherman on Instagram.
I'm not looking for a money game. The whole purpose of me challenging that guy was he came at me out of nowhere. I did not even post an opinion. I had my meta glasses on. I was just showing how cool they were to play pickleball in. And the guy goes, well, basically, you suck. Play real competition. I'm like, I'll play you. And he's like, we'll go. So it's okay, $1,000. And all of a sudden, he backed away. He put his tail between his legs and backed away. So I'm not looking to play pickleball against people that are better than me and lose $1,000. That was simply me calling out a troll. But I'm getting so many, like, I'll play for $1,000. That's not the point. I don't want to play just to play for money.
So they really just need to slide in and be a troll, and
But
then
now I
maybe they'll
know.
get lucky.
But now I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I think you can take this guy though.
I don't.
Yeah, he didn't sound that good.
Nobody comes at you, money ablazing, if they're not good. That guy came at me just ablazing being an idiot, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have you now. I'm gonna test your idiocy, and I tested him, and he's a freaking loser. This guy's probably really good. And then, I'm not jumping in with somebody who wants to do it. Also, I am playing at a pickleball tournament in a few weeks.
Where? How do we watch?
Yeah.
We got to go.
Do we
Probably.
buy
Yeah,
tickets?
we probably need to
Oh,
support.
make signs.
Yeah, we can do that.
Show up.
Is it in town?
Yeah. I'm playing singles and doubles. I'm playing singles, which I was really excited about. I still am. And then I'm playing doubles because I have a friend who I was like, hey, they have a tournament. And I guess we can play both at the same time. So we're going to play doubles together too. But I'm going to play in my first ever singles pickleball tournament. And I could get like introduced to the big L quick.
To the big
The
lose.
loss.
Yeah, because I'm playing people that play
Mhm.
all the time a lot at high level. So I didn't really quite know what there was like all this stuff you sign up for, like how good are you? I don't know how good I am.
Oh, like you're like
Like
right
in golf-
now.
in
My
golf, you have a
daughter's doing
handicap.
track, and she runs her heat. Right.
So it wouldn't be so much a heat because that's just a specific group, and the winner of that group moves on. This would be more like a golf handicap where they know how good you are and compared to other people.
Oh, I thought they were putting them in their heats based on their skill, their time.
It could be generally heats though if you're doing like
I don't know.
district.
She got first place in her heat though.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's a select group.
Mm-hmm.
And if you win your heat, you go on. It could be that as well. Like it could be like the junior varsity. It's not, but I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
This is not that. This is you
So
have to
what
put in
did
your,
you put?
You have to put in your skill level.
You just guess?
No, you go and you sign up for this site that has like in golf you have a handicap. There's a site that keeps it for you, and I didn't have one, and so I just clicked with some general thing. I was like general tournament. So I don't know what's going
Oh,
on.
so you're in Gen Pop.
I was on
I don't
prison.
think that's what that means.
Yeah. But I'm gonna do that. It's in a couple weeks after.
Who's your partner?
I'd rather not say.
It's a ringer.
It is not a ringer. His job is very private, so I'd rather not say.
Oh. Just kidding. I don't know.
You just want to make people think you knew.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That one, that
guy.
person, yeah.
We don't know
Or
anything.
girl, you know.
He's not doing it with a girl.
They do have mixed doubles though.
I know, but you
I
would've
would
said-
get my wife to play immediately if she. 'cause
If she was into
she's good.
pickleball tournaments.
She's good. She doesn't want to go stand there all day and play pickleball and sit around.
Right.
And when we kind of don't agree on is when she doesn't get eye of the tiger.
Oh, when she's just kind of
And
laissez
she's like, I'm
faire.
just here to have fun.
Right.
And I'm like, I am not. I want to be miserable and win.
Are you going to wear, well, for your singles, it doesn't matter, but like, do you have an outfit for you and your doubles partner? Like, are
No.
y'all going to, what?
I don't have an out.
Do y'all, like, y'all don't have a sponsor? Like, are you wearing a particular brand?
We would
yeah,
take,
like,
I would take a sponsor for me. If we get somebody to sponsor me for my, I'd wear it. I don't have one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only played. I've just played like in the yard.
How about Feeling Things podcast?
we don't.
Jersey
Are
with
you
feeling
ready to
things. How
stop?
much would you pay me
You
to
don't
wear
have any
feeling
budget?
things? Feeling things jersey. I'd do that.
Okay.
You got to pay him though, Amy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta pay
that's
me.
also make the jersey. It's not like I'm a brand with like, I don't have anything.
Are we going to stream
You're
this
like-
live on our YouTube? We need subscribers.
Oh, that's a good idea. Morgan, what are you doing? What
We
day is this?
probably
Should.
They probably wouldn't know the difference. It's a big tournament, so there are people, and I think if you just hold a phone up, they're not going to know the difference.
Like the tournament's not going to know.
Yeah, but if we're like setting up lights and stuff and big production, I'm up front. Okay, guys, thanks to all the subscribers. I don't know. We probably could stream. I never played it though, so I could go out and lose immediately and be out. That's fine too. But I need to kind of feel. It's gonna be a sense of if I'm actually okay or not.
That one guy I dated before my boyfriend, that is the only reason why I went out with my boyfriend. Because remember, he
Boy
was,
toy.
No.
Oh.
This is like an actual, I was dating him and he ended up, I found out he was going on other dates. I was like, okay. He does pickleball tournaments.
Oh yeah, it's probably really good.
Maybe he'll be in.
Maybe that's my partner, and I won't tell you why. That's
No,
what it
it's
is.
not your partner, but that'd be so funny if you ended up playing. He does a doubles with one of his buddies, and it'd be so funny if you ended up playing him.
Oh.
It'd be
And
funnier
beating
if he
him.
was my partner.
Yeah, but you don't know him, I don't think. Is that why you're like, I'd rather not say?
Oh, that's awkward.
Is that why you're saying that?
It don't matter.
And how weird is it if you sponsor it and you're the sponsor of the doubles and it's that?
But you're
oh.
just gonna sponsor me. I can't make my pickleball doubles partner wear anything. But you can
Especially
sponsor.
if he's
But if
private.
anybody out there wants to sponsor me for the pickleball tournament, heck, I'll make my own shirt.
You come out like a Mexican boxer with all the labels. All
All right, we're done. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. All right, bye, everybody.